Whilst most paranormal videos can be incredibly suspect, when said videos are captured on live TV, it makes them that much more credible. So from a holographic Pope to the mysterious identity of Teddy Perkins, join us. Whilst in the middle of a news piece, these Honduran presenters were shocked when one of their glasses suddenly moved on its own. Clearly confused, they play the oddity off and continue on.
Chiste nos dicen por acá, aquí prohibida la pólvora. ¡Ah! Todo el mundo revienta
Mira,
cohetes.
mira. ¿Viste?
Así es.
¿Viste el vaso que corrió para allá?
Ok.
No sé si lo vieron.
Basta.
However, host Carlos Molina later admitted that he felt a sharp chill down his spine seconds before the glass moved. He also denied any speculation that production staff were behind a hoax. Further, in response to the skeptics, Molina claimed he tried to move the glass, but that it was stuck to the table. He is convinced that the incident was supernatural, and even confessed that it left him traumatized. During a recent broadcast, Pope Francis appeared at his window to bless the crowd. However, bizarrely, as he stepped back inside, he seemed to vanish in thin air.
He just disappears.
He goes bye-bye.
Also juggling taking care of their children.
Dude, is it not? He's gone.
Oh my.
Even curiouser, the Vatican removed all copies of this video, leaving only the official version. As to why the Vatican would do this, some believe Francis was sick that day, or alternatively, that this is a common safety protocol, perhaps to prevent assassination attempts. Further, though it sounds unbelievable, basic holograms have been presented on multiple occasions, and it makes sense that if such technology exists, it would be far more advanced behind closed doors. During the news coverage of the 2011 Japanese tsunami, some viewers spotted a mysterious creature in the background. In the video, a black bird mysteriously appears and disappears. Even stranger, in slow motion, it seems to repeatedly vanish and reappear. Still, skeptics were quick to conclude that the bird was the result of poor video compression, yet some paranormal enthusiasts are certain it was Mothman. First seen in West Virginia, 1966, the creature was routinely spotted for the next year. Finally, on December 14th, 1967, it was seen above the Silver Bridge. Eerily, the next day, the bridge suddenly collapsed, and the Mothman vanished. Ever since, it's allegedly been observed before multiple disasters, leading some to conclude it's a premonition of death. So could the unusual creature actually be the Mothman? For years, skeptics questioned why no UFO had ever been captured on live TV. However, in today's world, they are captured on almost a daily basis. Yet there has arguably been no better footage than this video from Peru. In February 2020, the channel Capital TV collected an audience of 200 people to wait at the Yaya Beach, a UFO hotspot. The hosts were doubtful that they would catch something, but to their amazement, they filmed something spectacular. In the middle of the broadcast, some audience members noticed an unexplained light above the sea.
Está encima de la playa, no está en el cerro, miren. A ver, todos tranquilos, por favor, están grabando con los celulares lo que estamos viendo. Es una luz muy potente que se está acercando en estos momentos al campamento. Se está acercando al campamento. Quiero, por favor, que tengan mucha calma. Se está acercando, está flotando encima de las aguas.
Soon the excited crowd were at hand with their laser pens, shining them at the object. And incredibly, it semed to respond back.
Ahí ya otra vez aparece en este momento. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo, en directo. Siendo las 10:47 de la noche. Miren eso. Miren eso.
¿Qué es eso?
Ahora, vamos a tratar de ser racionales.
Mira, no se mueve.
Podría ser pescadores que están en la zona y que están lanzando. No, pero son.
La luz es muy potente, Antonio. La luz es muy potente.
Though some have argued that it could be a boat, those who saw it maintain it was a UFO. In previous videos, I have covered the controversial theory that legendary musician Michael Jackson actually faked his death. However, one piece of supposed evidence that I neglected to mention was the mysterious identity of Teddy Perkins and his odd appearance at the 2018 Emmys. The Jackson-inspired character first appeared on the acclaimed show Atlanta, where he was played by Donald Glover. Yet mysteriously, the Perkins at the Emmys wasn't played by Glover, nor by his brother Steven, or co-star Lakeith Stanfield. Additionally, Atlanta director Hiromu Rai refused to reveal who it was. This led to theories that Perkins was really Jackson in disguise, and that he used the show to tell his story. In particular, believers point to this short clip, in which he cryptically says that someone did kill him, but that he's still alive.
I'm glad you're alive. I was a little worried. I thought it was a documentary. You said kill me, but I did not die. I'm still alive.
Oh my god! You're my favorite ever.
Could this have been a message? Though some Jackson fans say yes, others aren't so sure. What do you think? After the end of an interview, this UK politician walks away with a distinctly red briefcase. However, once he passes this parked car, the case now becomes green. Weirder still, you can see the colour is still red just before he comes back into frame. Viewers were obviously confounded, with some claiming it was evidence of government manipulation. Whatever the case, the mystery doesn't end there. Only a few minutes earlier, the briefcase literally transformed in front of the camera, this time from green to red. Is it possible that this is video evidence of a glitch in the Matrix? In the aftermath of the 2017 Mexico City earthquake, it was the Enrique Rabasman School that made international headlines. In a story that gripped the nation, rescuers made massive efforts to free Frida Sofia, a little girl they'd found trapped in the debris. Bizarrely, however, it was later discovered that Frida didn't exist. So who did rescuers see and talk to? Eerily, whatever the answer, people later unearthed this creepy news coverage, in which a face can be seen in the wreckage. Just who was this child? A spirit who died years prior to the earthquake, or something far worse?
Strangest things captured on live TV. It's about to get wild.
Great things in his private time too for veterans all across his family, disarray Syria, disarray all.
When you look closer at this girl's movement and the way she's acting, either she's possessed or controlled or MK Ultra, something is going on here. She looks over at the newscaster and then has really huge eyes, and then the newscaster's eyes get huge as well. Like, what in the heck is wrong with you? And she was just weird as ever. Something real strange has happened with Putin. Do you see it? Look at the microphone, and his hand goes completely through it. Right through it. Putin is not there. Look at it again. The man is a hologram. Oh my God.
They're going to create a problem.
I couldn't help but think, why wouldn't he mention what I just found to you in his story?
Hot chicken and fried biscuits.
Before I dropped my dang on TV, I was about to show you this right here. Check it out. Wham! So look at this. There's something you're missing here. They literally say first, there's two plans. If the asteroid comes, then you're going to have to be contained. But also if the alien agenda comes, they might just say you have to be contained. It's all a setup. So obviously you don't have to be the person. Like, everybody knows somebody who's going to be like this.
Buy what you need and leave the rest for people who need it.
You seen this? This dude is sick. All right, you may have missed it. I'm going to zoom this in so you can see this. Millions missed this one. But now you're going to look closer. And you're going to look closer. And you see the fly right there or the bug. And he licked it in. He licked it in. Is this creature like or what? I know you're freaked out by seeing. Then he had to bob side to side like some fly eating thug gangster. What you looking at? Yeah, I ate a fly. Yeah.
Miles from the crash. A television journalist reports from the scene of a car accident on the M11 just outside London. But wait, what is this mysterious blob moving across the screen? The unusual image has been stirring debate among viewers of the ITV show London Tonight. It's being speculated that this could be some ghostly goings-on, something supernatural, a spiritual energy or ectoplasm trying to cross the road.
There's a couple weird things that we can point out here that's not normal. First off, the eye layers around the skin of his eyes looked it so plastic-like. If you zoom in and look at it, and the next big huge thing is not just the lines of his neck, but the ear hole right there. Look at that ear hole, and I put a photo of the so-called real Biden next to it, and he didn't have that type of ear hole at the top. This doesn't seem to be Biden. Who is it? This was captured live on Fox. And here's another question. Look at his eyes here. They really shift into a different color. So what if they have some type of holographic eyes that sometimes it glitches off the screen and it shows the real eyesight? You see that? They look almost yellow, slit, like a reptilian's eyes, if you're seeing what I'm seeing here. This next clip, though, is even worse.
Prepare yourself for what comes next, since what lies here is extremely odd and will leave you with hundreds of doubts about what you have just seen. Observe.
For the weekend, President Trump tried to ramp up the pressure on Senate Republicans using his weekly address to urge them to repeal and replace Obamacare. And
oh shoot, it's a flex neck frog demon!
Finally deliver on a campaign promise Republicans started to make 7 years ago.
It was captured by a person who noticed an anomaly while watching the news. He quickly took out his cell phone to record what at the time had him completely terrified. It happened on a live newscast in the United States. You can see the reporter giving her story. But if you look closely, there is something extremely strange that begins to happen with her neck. What we can see here are strange contractions that a human cannot perform. Movements that are usually linked to reptiles.
Look like her neck about to give birth to an alien baby. What do y'all think is going on right here? And do y'all think these people are still human?
No, I don't think they.
It started like any other weather report.
Who is ready for some sunshine? I know I am. Let's start off with a check of your next weather with meteorologist Alyssa Carlson.
Then this happens.
Alyssa, this really is the calm before the storm.
Not again, no! Meteorologist Alyssa Carlson suddenly collapses during the live 7 a.m. broadcast Saturday on...
Y'all know how this happened, right? Look closely. Her eyes rose to the back of her head, and she probably took something that she shouldn't have took.
Hey yo, the president of Mexico just made a speech about reptilians, shapeshifters that live underground. This is no joke.
Hay un término que nada más lo voy a usar ahora, porque es muy fuerte, pero le llamaban al fondo, a la partida, se le llamaba el fondo de los reptiles. Decía yo en campaña, a mí me pueden decir peje, pero no soy lagarto.
So when he's talking about el fondo de los reptilians, he's talking about that they took them way underneath their civilization because the reptilians don't live here. Where we live, they live in an underworld civilization, and that's where the Mexican presidents say that they took them.
But the video seems to show an insanely fast, shape-shifting, transparent figure dashing between the trees. You will notice as well that the figure seems to give off this blurry effect, almost like when you censor a person's face or identity in a video. Now call me crazy, but I believe this could be part of the cloaking mechanism that this entity is using.
Let's look at this closely to see if it's really cloaking. Okay, look at this thing. It comes out of a tree, moves to the left. It almost looked, wait a minute, okay, I thought it took the form of some trees, but then when we rewind it, it looks like it just came back and went back around the tree. Now, this could be some shape-shifting demon. What do you think?
Yo, I swear to God. Yo, look at this guys, yo. Look at, just pay attention. Just keep watching. Yo, did you see it?
When we slow it down, her eyelid flips more on the left eye than the right, like some type of gecko. Was this just a glitch, or was she showing her true self?
A live broadcast always carries with it the chance of something going horribly wrong, and in these cases, very mysterious creatures were accidentally caught on camera. Hopefully, you'll never find yourself on the wrong side of the lens, just like some of the people on this list. Number 16. This live interview was taken somewhere in South America. Only when the footage was later zoomed in and enhanced were they able to discover something strange in the background.
Bueno, básicamente en eso hemos sido convocados para la realización del...
Bueno, básicamente en eso hemos sido convocados para la realización.
What looks to be some sort of extraterrestrial creature with arms that are as long as its legs can be seen casually walking towards them. Its motives are unknown, but it does not appear to be alarmed or threatening. If this isn't CGI, then this is certainly a once-in-a-lifetime occurrence captured live. Number 15. A group of forest rangers set up a camera at the Platte River State Fish Hatchery in Michigan to live stream a nest of baby bald eagles mature. They were never intending to accidentally capture a second, much larger creature instead during the live feed. A giant humanoid figure covered in what appears to be black fur prowls around the forest floor below. It doesn't look like any other native forest animal, as it clearly stands upright and swings its arms while walking. Maybe it's a person in a full bodysuit, or maybe it's an actual Bigfoot. Then again, since numerous other Bigfoot sightings have been reported in the state over the years, it could very well be legit. Number 14. This aerial footage was broadcast live during a period of bad weather in Hebron, Ohio. Take a look at this flooded neighborhood and tell me if you see anything abnormal lurking in the dirty brown water.
Here with storm specialist Carl Parker. So if you want to stay on and have a listen, Carl's been looking at Carl Parker.
A worm-like creature appears to wind its way around a house shortly before the camera zooms out. While this could be an ordinary piece of driftwood from the way it's moving in the water, I wouldn't be surprised if the floodwaters caused some sort of giant parasite to emerge from the sewers below. Number 13. This soccer match appears to be interrupted by a creature from another dimension. One team is about to go for a penalty kick when a strange white figure literally runs through everyone in the crowd without slowing down.
Está bien el Racing, ojo, Se viene el tiro libre. Atención. Le pegará Ferreira, ¿lo dejarán? Va Ferreira, creo, Ahí va.
I heard that this kind of effect could be a camera malfunction, but since everyone on the field is standing still, then I don't understand how this kind of glitch can happen. If someone has an explanation for this situation, then please let me know, because this definitely looks like it could be some sort of transparent creature to me. Number 12. This video was streamed live during the 2014 tsunami in Japan. While this man records the rushing waters wash away his neighborhood, he sees what could be a strange creature briefly climb a building and disappear. Watch again in slow motion and tell me if you see the white creature. I personally think that it could just be a wave, but I'm not sure. Look closely and you'll see how the wave suddenly seems to change course in midair and go onto a roof instead. I know that tsunamis have a tremendous amount of force, so maybe this is just what happens when a strong wave hits. On the other hand, the person who recorded this video swears that it was a well-camouflaged creature. I'd like to know if you think he is right. Number 11. This video was streamed live from Telemark, Norway. A YouTuber named Odins2 sees a gigantic disturbance in the water, so he pulls over and starts recording. This is what he sees. It starts out as a long and skinny, shimmering mass, but after a while it really starts to take form, especially in the center, possibly as the monster rises very close to the surface. Since there are no boats nearby and the water is mostly calm, many people suspect that this is a famous legendary sea serpent named Seljord, which is Norwegian for Selma. It's kind of like Norway's version of the Loch Ness Monster. I guess it could just be fishing nets or a long string of garbage instead, but it's hard to tell for certain. Maybe someone out there with fishing experience can let me know if it looks like any of those things. Number 10. The Myrtles Plantation in Louisiana has been named one of the most haunted places in America. As Vanessa Bolano was doing a news report on ABC, something strange flies past her in the background.
12 spirits supposedly live here, but the owners say they're all
haunted room in the most haunted house in America. Pretty crazy. Tune in for the full story.
This small white specter moves extremely fast and doesn't appear to be a piece of dust or any kind of light reflection. Beyond that, I find it an extremely strange coincidence that she happens to be talking about the 12 spirits shortly before this takes place. I guess I could have edited this in for ratings, but given the reputation of this area, I think it could very well be paranormal. Number 9. A local journalist is covering the wintry weather in Springfield, Massachusetts, when a much more interesting story pops up behind her.
6:15 to 6:30, it has not let up at all. It is coming down pretty steadily here in Springfield.
The creature looks slow and powerful as it lumbers towards them. Bad weather or not, I find it hard to believe that a monster would just walk around a busy town without some sort of immediate police response. It doesn't look like computer-generated effects, so this was likely just a person in a costume. Number 8. A YouTuber named Jay Katera lives outside of an Air Force base somewhere in the southeast Michigan. He has been seeing some strange things in the sky lately, so he decides to point his security camera straight up and live stream. Not too long after, he captures this strange sighting. Jay Katera isn't sure if this is an alien UFO, a secret government project, or some sort of paranormal orb, but he is sure that it was scanning the ground as if it was looking for something. Let me know if you have a reasonable explanation for this, or if you've seen anything that looks similar, especially if you live in the same state as the cameraman. Number 7. A YouTuber named Ariette Jane is live streaming a road trip when suddenly an unidentified creature bursts through the traffic, nearly causing a wreck.
Here we are. San Diego Freeway coming up. We are there. Awesome. Dude, what the hell was that? He wasn't on a motorcycle.
The speeding object leaves a short trail of fire behind, almost like it has a turbocharger of some sort, yet it's going way too fast to be an ordinary vehicle. My guess is this is computer-generated special effects, but if that is the case, then I don't know how he got the cars to slow down all at once to make this shot look so realistic. Maybe there was traffic ahead or something and he edited this creature in later. Either way, Ariette Jane swears that this video is 100% real, and I'd like to know if you agree with him or not. Number 5. This live dashcam video was taken somewhere in Russia. It looks like a normal drive when suddenly an enraged creature changes all of that. So the road splitting open doesn't look like CGI to me, which means it's either real or part of a movie set. This next part, however, looks like it could be CGI. The audio kind of sounds like royalty-free stock sound effects, especially the screaming. I noticed that 2 people to the side of the road on the left don't seem to run away, but maybe they are just stunned and watching. Number 4. 2 friends are live streaming in a San Francisco subway tunnel for no reason in particular when they randomly run across something they were never meant to see. A trail of red leads them around a dumpster where they find a distressed woman who is either a victim of her own madness or else something far more sinister. The woman herself is covered in red as she twists and screams on the subway floor. The 2 friends are talking about how they can help this poor creature, or if she can even be helped, when suddenly she lets out a shriek and comes flying towards them. It's hard to tell whether she is a possessed creature or just delusional, or simply participating in a very realistic prank. I'm not sure what happened to them next, or if the 2 friends made it out alive. Number 3. A live broadcast in Detroit, Michigan captures a bouncing creature in the forest background.
Hey Glenda, good afternoon to you. Yeah, this guy had no respect for the judge, obviously, and prosecutors say no respect.
I thought that it might be some kind of fox hopping through the grass, but this humanoid creature almost looks like it's running back into the forest, away from sight. Let me know what kind of animal you think this could be, especially if you live in Detroit, and tell me if this is what it looks like when a fox is traveling through tall grass, because that's my best guess. Number 2. This live broadcast captures what appears to be an impossible error on camera. Watch the news anchor on the left and see what happens. Here it is again in slow motion in case you missed it. Everything from a hologram to an alien has been proposed, but I guess it could be some kind of camera malfunction. Maybe someone who knows more about cameras can let me know if this is a technical malfunction or not. Number 1. What looks like a routine traffic stop suddenly becomes extraterrestrial within the blink of an eye. A police officer asks for a license and registration when things take an unexpected turn. The police officer looks normal up to this point, but then he makes a slight moan and hunches over. You can see all that is left is a smoldering pile of ashes. I can't tell if his clothes were disintegrated as he was beamed into a ship, or if he was simply disintegrated by an energy force field. This could be scripted, but the text in the bottom right and the police chatter both seem authentic, so maybe this video is real after all. If anyone understands police code and knows what they are saying in the background radio chatter, then please let me know. Maybe it can help us solve this strange video.